Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're actually going to go over debt consolidation or ways that you can pay off your debt effectively. Prepared a presentation for you. There's two methods that I'm going to discuss today that are kind of highly and pretty much well known. One is the debt avalanche method of paying back your debt, and then there's the debt snowball uh, way that you can pay down your debt. But anyways, let's get right into it. Check out this presentation about to be presented to you. So the ways we can pay back debt, there's the debt repayment methods of debt avalanche and debt snowfall. So debt snowballs essentially it's paying back the loans based on the loan amount. So let's say you had three outstanding loans of different value, one of 50,000 for this case, this particular slide, 50,000, 35, and 5,000. Debt snowball means you're going to actually pay down, regardless of the interest rate. The interest rates are not in effect here, the loan with the lowest amount that you owe. So in this case, it would be the auto loan, outstanding loan at $3,500. It's more of kind of like a psychological way for you to know that you can achieve, that you can actually pay down your debt. And by paying down the least costing debt that you have on the books, it will incentivize you to pay down your other debt that you currently owe. Now, when you're paying down the lowest costing debt on the books, you're simultaneously paying back the other ones at a minimal amount of payment that you're paying each month. So that is a debt snowball. If you think about it, it's kind of like interest rates, or if you think about, like, for example, I like to use the analogy of going to the gym. Now, when you're going back to the gym, or let's say you taking a layoff or you're trying to lift a heavier weight, you don't go in there and go automatically balls to the wall trying to throw up the weight that you want to, that extremely heavy weight. You have to build up to that, right? So the same kind of theory or put into practice with the debt snowball is you're paying down the debt, your other debts at the same time, but you're paying down the least amount of debt for a particular card or auto loan, whatever it is, and then you're moving slowly to the next largest debt and the next largest debt. As you would in lifting or in working out, you progressively overload. So week after week after week, you're maybe adding 5 pounds or 10 pounds to the weight to where you get stronger and the muscle gets stronger. And that's the whole kind of concept of debt snowball. Now, debt avalanche is a little different. Using the same example of the types of loans, the amount, debt avalanche is the strategy or the method of paying down debt based on the interest rate, or the one with the highest interest rate first. So given this example on the screen, if we have a outstanding loan on a credit card that's going to be 21% annual percentage rate and there's $5,000 on that, we want to pay that off first while we're still paying for the other loans as well, minimally giving money to pay off that. We are going to try and pay the loan with the highest amount of outstanding percentage of debt. So while you are concentrating on paying down the debt with the highest annual percentage rate, you are actually, in effect, paying less over time by putting a higher principal on against that debt. So that's the whole concept of debt avalanche. And it doesn't suit everyone. I know that a lot of people are on a budget, so they can't afford large monthly payments. But if you have some spare money, or you're someone that's very consistent and disciplined and can find extra money to pay down larger sums against the principal of the loan, you will actually, over the long haul, pay less interest over time with the avalanche. So the kind of the pluses and minuses of both. Of course, the debt snowball is more based on psychology and the fact that you will pay down the debt as you are able to pay down the least costing debt first and then progressively move on to the other debts. I think the debt avalanche works better for those people who are a little more disciplined and have a little more money to spend against the debt. So that, in a nutshell, is what it is. And we're actually going to go later in the video over an Excel spreadsheet that kind of exemplifies this whole concept a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go over the debt reduction calculator here. This is provided by vertex2042.com, and it's a really great Excel spreadsheet that you can run various scenarios on debt repayment. So for this example, the balance date is January 1st, 2020, and we have these various loans on the books. We have a card loan, credit card loan, an auto loan, a student loan, and we have the monthly. And if you ever get confused about the terminology, or if you just scroll over, it gives you kind of a definition, monthly payment, or the amount you can set aside for each month. So it gives you clear definition. So we're going to first run a snowball effect, which is debt snowball, which I had mentioned previously, the lowest balance loan you have on the books. And you can see that it gives you the total time it takes to pay off the loan. So in this case, it would take 6 months to pay off the balance of the loan. And the total interest paid, I'm going to go over here, is using the snowball is 5577.31. So that's the total interest you're going to pay to repay off all your debts. And then let's run this on a different case scenario on the Avalanche, which is highest interest paid. So the highest interest you have on the books is 13.5% credit card loan. And you can see that it would take you actually until April 23rd to pay off the total residual amount of the loan. But the total interest you would pay to pay off that is 4419.73. So as you can see, as I had mentioned, that the debt avalanche, if you can afford to and are disciplined to, you will end up over the course of your outstanding loans pay up less than you would the snowball effect. But again, you need a lot more money to kind of pay off the principals of the loans, and then you need to be consistent, and you can't, like, for example, pay off months and then wait another couple months to pay off. So that in a nutshell is what the loans are. Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. Thanks a lot for joining. Don't forget to click and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.